Hi everyone, welcome to another video on Love is Blind Denver, and this time I'll be covering KB, Kalybriah, and Edmond. And I do think a lot of their confusing dynamic can be explained with personality types. So first, disclaimers. Spoiler alert, I'll be covering all episodes, including the finale, and I understand that this is an edited show. I am only analyzing the characters portrayed. I also believe that people can grow and change. This analysis is for our own learning and reflections only. Please do not use what I say to bother the cast. So before I begin, I would like to say that there are many layers to KB and Edmond and their relationship, and there's been a lot of speculation online about certain diagnoses or ulterior motives, both theirs and productions, and I will be analyzing the nuances of their relationship as they are to tease out the layers, and I would not be speculating on any diagnoses. So first we meet Edmond. He is someone who has been in the foster care system all his childhood, meaning that he never had any stability, safety, secure attachment when he needed it most.
All my life, I've been in the foster care system. So I was like staying with random families. I was really just like in and out of like foster care homes. And when I was in the custody of my parents, whenever they got us back for like 2 months or 3 months or however long it was just, would you be back out of the home because of something that they did?
And as an adult, Edmond is looking for that person to build his own forever family with. He is seeking permanence, safety, and belonging.
Growing up, I was in the foster care system all my life, being with multiple families, like not having a permanent family for myself. So this is my chance to like build that with someone.
Yeah.
Have like kids and like day one and stay with a family compared to like all my life just being with other families.
So given Edmond's background, it's then understandable why there was this air of desperation with him to find love and belonging.
I'm really big with like making other people like my family. Like I would love to be a part of your family, and like I'm gonna treat it as blood.
And it sounds like Edmond's been on the search for love for a very long time. And being on this show seems like somewhat of a last-ditch effort.
I've done like going to meetups. I've done dating apps for a bit. I've done asking my friends, like, you know anybody that might like me? Like I've done like everything. Hard out here. This is like my best chance.
No, it's not.
It was.
It's not, Edmond.
I've done everything else. Like I even done this.
I got the sense that Edmond's main reason for his attraction to KB was that she made him feel wanted.
Like, I really feel wanted by you, and I love that, and I want you to. I feel like in my past like relationships, like so I was sad, but like wanting that love. But now like I'm happy and wanting that love, and it's my first time doing that.
And you can argue that Edmond's excitement and expressiveness early on can be considered love bombing, but not necessarily in like a malicious intent way, but out of sheer desperation and surprise that anyone would choose him.
KB, you great! KB, you great! You great!
There's been a lot of talk online about Edmond's mental and emotional capacity, whether he's perhaps neurodivergent, and I'm not going to speculate about that in this video.
I eat my boogers.
And I can certainly see reasons why for such speculation, because Edmond did display a lot of childlike behavior, mannerisms, and communication.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. I think there's a part of him that seems to want to remain a child.
My life was like saved by my fifth grade teacher. That's like what pushed me to like want to get into elementary education, because like I'm really energetic, and like when I'm with kids, like all you gotta do is have fun and be a kid. But then like when stuff is really going down, like you got like I can just relate to them like on a whole different level.
And a lot of his childlike behavior seemed attention-seeking.
Ed, what are you doing?
But his childlike communication during his proposal, when he said, "Pretty please," felt like genuine naivety and innocence, like a shelter puppy asking KB to adopt him.
Would you pretty please marry me, please?
And throughout the process, Edmond has shown a level of immaturity that I can only term as arrested emotional development, likely because his childhood trauma has sort of frozen him emotionally into that age range. His childhood trauma has seemingly left him very anxiously attached and often unable to emotionally regulate.
Yo, I hate seeing this from you like this, bro. I can't even, I'm afraid to look at you, because when I see you, I'm gonna like, I've been trying to can't even look at you, bro, because it's hurt.
And it seems like Edmond's main response to conflict is to use affection and cheerfulness to paper over the cracks out of his fear of abandonment.
I love you.
I don't want to hear that.
You might walk away. I don't know if you're about to walk away, but...
We then have Kalybriah KB, who seemed determined to lean into the original ethos of this experiment. Her point of view is that nothing has worked for her in the past with the usual type of men that she chooses for herself. Thus, why not take this opportunity to see what happens if she throws her usual criteria out the window and focus solely on emotional connection?
If you ever heard the saying that you have to fall out of love with your type in order to find your husband, my type has honestly gotten me nowhere. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And so we're leaving types at the door today.
I think KB is usually a very pragmatic, selective woman where lifestyle compatibility is important to her.
I would feel like there's some people I would have never never even looked at. Like, I know we have the same morals and values, but our lifestyles are very different. But it's like, I would have walked right by you in the bar.
KB also seems to care about how a man presents himself.
If I seen Edmond in the real world, I would have walked right by Edmond. He had on a floral shirt. I would have been like, oh, this guy must think he's at the beach or something. But none of that shit matters.
Also, her partner's perceived masculinity in the traditional sense was also a priority.
You're supposed to be my protector, and you don't even try to say nothing to him. You don't try to move his hand. You're like, security.
I'll be the pussy or whatever. I just don't want no problems.
However, through this process, KB has been able to reevaluate her true priorities, and she realized that the most important criteria for her is someone who makes her feel safe emotionally and psychologically.
But I keep saying I need an alpha man, and technically I don't. I just need someone that makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
Someone that makes me want to open up.
KB's bottom line is that her man does not need to be an alpha, but she does need him to lead in times of crisis.
So when times are harder, which they will be, you think that you will be strong enough mentally. I just need to know that when there's times where I just need to let my guard down, that you're gonna be able to handle it.
Oh, I know I'll be able to handle it, and I'm like ready for it.
So when we first meet KB and Edmond, they seemed already beyond their first meeting, and both were already very drawn to each other. They seem to have matching energies, both very extroverted.
Right now, my top choice is Kalybriah. She's really fun as well as like really energetic, and she like matches my energy. Hello. Oh.
They were able to have fun and be silly together, but also able to dive deep into more serious, vulnerable conversations.
It's like, I mean, we had our first day, we were in there crying. And so it was just like, God damn it. We're able to have fun, like we're able to be goofy, like enjoy each other's presence, then be like, okay, let's get serious.
With her background as a social worker, KB was also initially interested in Edmond because his career in real estate can complement her dream of developing nonprofit group homes.
With you being in the field that you're in, you can kind of like, we can help each other out, piggyback into that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm like really knowledgeable with social work and stuff like that. I was in a foster care system growing up and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I want a nonprofit group home.
Wow, okay.
Oh, you are so intriguing.
But soon after she heard more about Edmond's foster care journey, their connection goes beyond the utility of a common goal. I felt KB genuinely admired Edmond's survival story, his resilience, his ability to still be vulnerable despite all the abandonment he's been through.
I appreciate you being able to sit here and be vulnerable with me. It actually means that you're strong as hell and you're emotionally intelligent. The strongest people cry.
Thank you.
Of course, my love. You got me in here falling for you.
So in terms of personality types, KB seems to have chosen Edmond based on her lowest function, FI introverted feeling inferior. Here, KB was meeting Edmond, someone who has feeling as his top function, the hero, and he has FE extroverted feeling hero.
How did you go about forgiving your mom for what she put you through in your childhood and still move so gracefully?
Despite all the hardships he's been through, Edmond is still able to wear his heart on his sleeves, still able to be so vulnerable, give people grace, and seemingly love so unconditionally.
I love her no matter what. I don't want her to miss out on like my life and like her kids, her grandkids, all because like the past. I just approach it with a positive mindset. And no matter what, that's my mom. So
That's amazing. Okay.
Personality types with feeling inferior function, like KB, tend to find it quite challenging to navigate through feelings and relationships and to be emotionally vulnerable.
So I struggle with this. I don't talk to my dad. He was an absent father. Ew, I'm getting emotional.
KB's FI introverted feeling inferior function is like her soft heart within her logical outer shell, which she's learned to protect even more so after feeling abandonment from her father.
It made me have to be so strong when I didn't want to be strong. I act like everything is good when it comes to that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm okay with him not being in my life anymore. I'm okay with never having that relationship again. But I don't know if I mean it.
Our inferior function is very close to our core, our unconscious, so any pain associated with it is going to cut very deep. Yet we also aspire to it. For KB, she thus cannot help but admire and fall in love with Edmond's ability to be emotionally generous, positive, and give grace.
You're my twin flame, but also so different than what I'm used to. I pray that I can love so gently, freely, and unconditionally as you.
With FE extroverted feeling as his hero function, Edmond has the ability to open KB up emotionally and help her come out of her hard shell with ease. She can truly feel safe and be her most vulnerable self with him.
When it comes to Edmond, I truly feel safe. I feel vulnerable. I feel like he's like my best friend. It's like, we had our first date, we were in there crying.
And when our inferior function meets the complementary hero, it can initially feel like meeting someone who can help and inspire you to be your idea of your best self, who you always wished you could be.
I'm tired of being tough.
you don't gotta be tough. You can be soft with me. I'm gonna be there. I just wanna hold you and kiss you and like, it's all right. Like, really, really.
So regarding Edmond's ability to forgive, it feels to me his forgiveness could also be motivated by avoidance. Avoidance of conflict, avoidance of dealing with negative feelings.
How did you go about forgiving your mom for what she put you through in your childhood?
Edmond has never had the luxury of emotional safety that would allow him space to process negative feelings and emotional pain. Everything is about survival with Edmond, and survival for a child is not to be abandoned.
Cause I know she loves me and like, I love her no matter what.
Thus, Edmond can't allow himself to be upset with anyone. Being upset with his mom would feel like a separation. He also can't allow his own upset to upset his mom either and give her a reason to leave him. For Edmond, his priority is to not be alone, to keep himself attached to a family at all costs and not give anyone a reason to leave. And no one can leave a happy, forgiving child.
I don't want her to miss out on like my life, all because like the past. I just approach it with a positive mindset. And no matter what, that's my mom.
Here, when KB asked Edmond how he managed to forgive his mother for being the cause of his unstable childhood, Edmond's reasoning felt very shallow. All he said was that she's his mom after all, as if there's no option but to forgive her, regardless of behavior, regardless of any change, simply because of her title as mother. Edmond didn't demonstrate any deep reflection. There's no evidence that he truly processed what happened to him and how his mother must have disappointed him. Edmond did not even acknowledge any natural resentment or grief that a child might feel towards an absent parent. And believe me, he does have repressed resentment towards his mom. It's seen when his mom didn't attend his wedding, whilst his favorite teacher did, to which Edmond suggested to call his teacher Mama One.
So sad she didn't come. I just wish she was here. I'm so used to Miss. It's gonna be Miss Welsh forever.
Yeah, at some point you can use
I know.
my name.
Yeah, Jessie, but.
Or you can call me Mom. Mama 2.
Mama 2,
whatever.
Mama 1, but.
So you can juxtapose what Edmond said in the pods about his absent mother against what KB said about her absent father. What KB said demonstrated a level of deep reflection because she acknowledged the pain and complicated feelings she has, and she also acknowledged that her father did do wrong by her.
Like, I'm having to grieve someone that's still here. And someone that I really wanted a relationship with, and someone that I've told on multiple occasions how I feel, and why did you ever feel like it was okay to stop being a father?
Edmond tends to push through his pain with what I call toxic positivity. Toxic in the sense that it's more denial than true positivity.
I don't want her to miss out on like my life. It's all because like the past. I just approach it with a positive mindset.
Edmond has FE extrovert feeling as his top function, the hero. FE is about social harmony, wanting everyone to be on the same page. There can be a tendency to prioritize harmony over truth. The priority is that everyone feels good and gets along. Edmond also has SE extrovert sensing in the third position, the child. SE is a forward-moving function. It does not tend to look back. Having SE child also means that his blind spot function is SI, introverted sensing. And SI is the function that does look back, that makes reference to past experiences and behavior. Thus, with this combination of functions, Edmond optimistically moves forward, disregarding any hurt done to him in the past. His mother's past behavior does not need to hinder how he feels about her now. Hi, quick break to say that if you would like us to analyze your personality type and make sense of your relationships, communication, and decision-making, then please find booking details in the description box below. Overall, I felt that KB and Edmond as a couple had a very mother and son dynamic.
I'm really deeply serious.
Yeah. I'm a little sensitive, baby. No, it's okay. It's okay, boo.
KB is the strong, sensible, mature one who guides, protects, and instructs.
Not body lotion.
Is there a difference?
There's a difference. What goes on your body should not be going on your face.
While Edmond is the silly, childish, emotional one who needs to be consoled, instructed, and disciplined.
This is lit. I've never been in a cabinet. Look, this is me in a cat. Oh no, I can't close it. I might need your help.
Whatever makes you happy, baby, makes me happy.
One reason that can explain this is that KB has thinking as her hero function, and types with thinking hero tend to show love by solving problems, and this may be why it felt like KB was always trying to fix Edmond. Here, when Edmond expressed his desire to make everyone his family, KB presented him with a perfect solution that her family would be able to sort him out.
My family will definitely treat you as if you're their son. They will definitely do that for you.
Another factor is the combination of KB being a social worker and Edmond being a former child who's gone through the foster care system.
And so in my job also has a big part to do with like the love that I show in different areas. I'm a travel social worker. And so it's like I am able to relate.
There's an element of KB trying to rectify Edmond's past because based on her profession, she must feel a sense of understanding and an urge to help.
For all of those times you wasn't chosen, I promise I would make it up to you. You weren't chosen then, but it's because God saved you for me now.
And there's a phenomenon in therapeutic settings called countertransference, where the therapist or care provider overly enmeshes with the client. They feel very protective and an urge to rescue the client beyond the scope of their job. And I do wonder how much of this phenomenon may be contributing to their dynamic and connection. So the first real signs of trouble in this relationship was seen during their massive argument about KB's choice of sexual abstinence.
I haven't hit it yet.
You're lying. Yeah? That's because she's waiting for marriage, right?
She's waiting.
You guys mess around, though?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
she waiting to have like the real deep
for sure.
sex part.
And I'll try to give my perspective from multiple angles, but what I want to make clear is that I think Edmond's behavior was completely unacceptable, arguably abusive, because no one should be emotionally manipulated into having sex.
I'm the only dude on the trip that ain't get to have sex with you. I'm giving you my all. You let dudes that ain't even care about you, and you like, I don't give a fuck about it, you let them have sex with you? Oh my fucking.
There's no psychological safety here. KB had told Edmond her boundary for physical intimacy. He had accepted it in the pods. He knew about it this whole time before their engagement and had agreed to it. So now, not only is Edmond trying to violate her boundary, he was also throwing KB's sexual past back in her face, something she probably told him in confidence in order to shame her into having sex with him.
I know, but what about the ones you ain't let wait?
The people I might have had my little one-nighters with or whatever, and I knew that whatever physical we about to do, when you wake up in the morning, not even wake up, baby, don't even go to sleep here. Get the fuck up and leave. You gotta look at you there.
I gotta wait.
Edmond then tries to use his past trauma to guilt-trip KB into consenting to sex, crying in pain, playing victim, as if KB's abstinence is re-traumatizing him.
I'm just always the fucking nice guy. What fuck me up? I'm too fucking nice. He be fucking me up. I'm too fucking nice. I'm too fucking nice. It's fucking weird, yo.
Wanna talk to me?
Edmond's behavior here is emotionally manipulative, even abusive. He might be drunk, but he's functioning enough to behave manipulatively. KB owes Edmond nothing here, ever. KB can literally choose to do whatever she wants, with who she wants, however she chooses, and change her mind at any given time point. That's how consent works. For me, this argument was a reasonable deal breaker. I'm actually kind of surprised that KB stayed.
I'm being really selfish. You told me you want to wait until marriage, and like I just really wanted you before marriage. But I'm thankful for you, like give me the chance, like get to that point where we can actually make it more special.
But I guess KB was holding on to the version of Edmond that she met in the pods. It also feels like she's been criticized in the past for being impatient and stubborn, so she's seeing forgiving Edmond as an opportunity to work on herself.
We both got some work to do though. Yesterday, I'm just a little stuck on it a little bit still, but I'm also a little stubborn. I'm going to admit I struggle to get over things sometimes, but I want to get over that. So I don't mean to be dry or anything like that. Like, I truly appreciate you.
Now that it's clear that the behavior was unacceptable, I'll explain the main difference in perspective that led to this conflict in the first place, aside from Edmond just being horny and envious of the other guys getting some. It comes down to a fundamental difference between what sex and physical intimacy means to each of them.
Sex in my eyes and sex in your eyes, I would say sex is a little more sacred to you than it is to me. And I don't mean that in like a hoish way, it's just we have lived different lifestyles.
Because a lot of men have been socially conditioned to believe that sex is the only acceptable form of affection for them, for a lot of men, sex is a sign that the woman loves them and desires them as a man. Thus, withholding sex means no love, disinterest, a reflection that the woman does not view them as masculine. Hence Edmond's sentiment of nice guys finish last.
You fucking nice. I always hear that. That's what you telling me. Like, you're not telling me that, but like.
I'm telling you that?
You're not telling me that, but KB, that's what I'm getting.
Whereas for KB, the meaning of sex depends on who she's having it with. If the person does not mean much to her, it's literally just an act. She doesn't even let them stay overnight. Whereas when KB's feelings are involved, sex feels a lot more sacred and intense, to the point where she makes the man wait in order to ensure a strong foundation first, to make sure that the man won't abandon her before she sleeps with them.
I'm like kind of stuck on like you having one night stands.
I'm not like that anymore. I was like that, I think the last time that happened was over a year ago. You're comparing who the person that I'm engaged to, the person I'm really willing to spend the rest of my life with, to someone that didn't fucking matter to me.
Another fundamental clash between KB and Edmond is in their styles of communication and how they express and receive love. Edmond has FE extrovert feeling as his top function, the hero. His natural love language would be like words of affirmation, showing affection, being very complimentary.
Calabria, KB, yes.
And this is not just how Edmond gives love, but it's also how he wants to receive love.
Sometimes you gotta let me know that I'm the best. I mean, I wanna know like I'm special.
Okay, boo thing.
For Edmond, making himself and others feel good takes precedence over the truth, which is TI, introverted thinking, his lowest function, the inferior. We can see this in their argument where Edmond would love to be told that he's perfect, even though they both know he's not.
No, Nick is perfect.
No, I'm not
You're
perfect.
actually right.
Damn!
Not perfect.
Just to be able to hear that would be crazy. Even though you're not, just to hear it. Even though you're not, just to hear it. I know, you're fucking lucky.
To hear what?
And she knows it's not true.
To hear what?
Whereas KB values something different. KB has TE extrovert thinking as her hero function. She values a straight shooter, someone who is not afraid to tackle problems, someone who faces issues head on.
Why do I always have to be the one to bring up the elephant in the room? That was a man that just walked in here and did that. You ain't sit down on the couch. You ain't sit down and just act like we're not beefing. You know, you came in here and you went straight to business. That's what I like.
KB values someone who helps with her burdens practically, someone who gives her solutions, not platitudes.
I feel like when I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for someone that wants to make my load lighter. And in that moment, I called you in distress, and you just made me more stressed out.
Once back in real life, for KB, looking after feelings, hers or other people's, is only secondary to her.
Nah, but really though, I do love you.
I mean, I don't want to hear that.
I know, I don't care about being serious.
No. I mean, how many times have I told you that anytime I'm upset, I don't want to hear how you love me and you need me. I want a solution to the problem.
Types with TE extrovert thinking as dominant function, they express themselves in terms of standards and criteria and whether you meet them or not. Thus, they can sometimes come off as harsh, critical, or judging.
This man that don't know me, he grabbed me, your wife, and you got no reaction.
I'm not gonna cause no confrontation.
So you know that when we leave, I'm gonna be angry with you. You're supposed to be my protector, and you don't even try to say nothing to him. You don't try to move his hand. You're like security.
So with KB and Edmond's personality type pairing, in good times, each of their hero functions are able to mentor and inspire the other's inferior function. However, in bad times, their hero functions can really shame the other's inferior function. Kind of like, why are you so bad at something I find so normal and second nature? And when our inferior function is shamed, that is going to hurt like nothing else, because our inferior tends to be our deepest insecurity. So Edmond with FE hero would shame KB's FI inferior for being cold, uncaring, unfeeling.
When you just talk about everything that I'm like doing wrong and not saying not one nice thing, say something nice. Like, you forgetting why you fell in love with me.
In fact, when Edmond gets frustrated enough, he's ready to shame KB in front of all the other couples.
I don't hear no positive stuff from you.
You say you don't hear enough positive? And this is the place to bring that shit up at?
I can just not.
Give me another problem now. If this is the place for you to tell me that kind of shit. We live together. You ain't tell me nothing like that.
I don't want to do this here.
You brought it up.
Whereas KB's TE hero shames Edmond's TI inferior for being incompetent and impractical.
Be accountable. Let me know how you're gonna fix it. But no. KB, I love you. KB, I need you. KB. No, Edmond, stop that shit, please. Stop. Because in that moment, that's not what I want to hear. And that's not an apology.
KB also in general tells Edmond off for not being an adult, unable to handle anything real.
No, babe, how about we address the problem? Address the elephant in the room. Like, I'm really trying, but you make it so hard. I can't force you to want to grow up.
The trouble with analyzing Edmond and KB's big arguments is that there seems to be a lot that happen before the argument behind the scenes that are highly relevant.
But seriously, when I try to come and talk to you, it's like, don't talk to me.
After the 4 or 5 things that you had already done, correct? Let's tell the whole story.
Yeah.
For example, the cowboy mixer fight, Edmond had already angered KB before their arrival because he refused to help her out amidst a very busy day.
And all I'm asking for is a little bit of help. Like, I'm just like, babe, can you please? I'm like, what you doing? You're like, I'm just chilling right now. I'm like, well, why can't you just run to the store? You told me, no, I don't want to be late. So I immediately get in my feelings because I don't ask you for anything. And in the midst of me asking you for help, you told me no.
It seems like Edmond's behavior behind the scenes made KB's anger on camera more understandable. But because we don't get to see the Edmond behavior, KB just looks constantly angry and miserable with seemingly little cause. And the fact that KB does point out how Edmond was able to be different on and off camera, how he can immediately switch to cheerfulness mid-fight when cameras come on, it suggests a level of manipulation.
You're not the same person on camera. Every time we're about to do something fun, we get into it because of an asshole remark that you do. Then all of a sudden on camera, oh babe, oh baby, oh babe, let's do this, oh babe, come on, la da da. And I'm sitting here standoffish because I don't hide my fucking emotions. I'm so sorry, I'm not a fake person, I will not do it.
This makes me wonder if Edmond and or production are giving KB the angry black woman edit. So during their snowmobile fight, I can see another source of their conflict, namely their ability to read each other's intentions and patterns quickly because they both have NI introverted intuition as a dominant function. In a couple, when you're able to read each other quickly, it sounds like the perfect dynamic. But there are always pros and cons. And the con is that if you're able to read each other quickly, then it's not easy to get away with anything with your partner. Thus, you fight quickly and hard when there is conflict. Here, KB called out Edmond's fakeness, how he changes his behavior on and off camera, his ability to code switch between dismissiveness and affection.
You literally told me you don't want to talk to me getting out of the car. And then you got on the snowmobile acting like everything's all happy.
Now
Stop
you yelling.
faking.
Now you yelling.
Because you do this thing where you act like you weren't there.
Edmond, in return, called out KB's hypocrisy, that she is on some level also pretending that she's okay when she's not. Otherwise, she wouldn't be getting on the snowmobile with him.
I've really done nothing wrong to you.
Okay.
Because here you are still sitting with me on a snowmobile. I think if I really done you wrong, you would not be still sitting.
No, I'm still fighting for you.
It. Okay.
Basically, Edmond is saying, why is my having fun called fake, whilst your participation in the same fun is called fighting for our relationship?
I always swallow shit, and I tell you that all the time.
Well, you can start swallowing.
As defense, Edmond pointed out another of KB's contradictions, where she says she only wants an authentic apology, i.e., he should only apologize to her when he is truly remorseful.
If I don't think I'm in the wrong, I'm not gonna be saying I'm sorry because you're gonna know I'm not serious. But I want to say I'm sorry just to have you hear it But you'll sense it and tell like I'm not serious.
I never want you to just say sorry
I
because you
know,
want
so
to.
that's what I'm doing right now. But instead, I'm doing.
You didn't even tell me sorry, so that's fine. You didn't do it.
Exactly.
However, in this instance where Edmond did what KB said she wanted, i.e. not apologize because he won't mean it, KB is still not happy. She says she wants him to be authentic, yet is also controlling of what he should be thinking and feeling.
I don't want you to ever apologize about something.
Getting mad at me for not saying sorry for something I'm not sorry about.
No, I got mad at you. No, I got mad at you for not taking ownership of that
I didn't do
behavior.
nothing wrong.
Okay, and that's the problem, sweetheart.
I think Edmond was also sort of giving KB a taste of her own medicine in terms of talking over him, interrupting him, and bossing him around.
So you cutting me off while I'm talking to you. I simply was just like, sweetheart.
And you keep on saying
you're still not about to.
right now.
So, yeah, I know.
You
see how
cut
you
me
do
off
it?
all the time, though.
Okay,
you cut me
stop
off
fucking talking to me, bitch, because you're not letting me talk.
As an aside, KB does act like the adult in this relationship, and don't get me wrong, she is. But she also does have a lot of contradictions that Edmond could easily call out.
I compete. That's the thing. Like, I look at everything as a competition. But when you say the best, who are you comparing yourself to?
Every dude, for sure.
Comparison is a thief of joy, right? You've heard that saying before?
I think Edmond definitely knows how to push KB's buttons.
This is how you bring me out my fucking character. Like, damn. At this point, you know how to push me and you just be doing this shit.
And Edmond's overall cycle of affection, love bombing versus pushing her buttons, throwing tantrums, it makes me wonder if it's a response to his past trauma, a self-sabotaging coping mechanism. Basically, when Edmond's desperate for belonging, he expresses deep affection over the top PDA. However, when he feels safe, his past life in foster care has taught him that it's not safe to feel safe, that he must prepare for abandonment. Thus, Edmond starts to behave badly as a means to test the relationship. Let's see if you really do love me, better or worse, so I know when to expect abandonment.
I love you through the good and the bad, but I will not accept you through the bad when you act like that, when you dismiss me.
The way this couple has been able to repeatedly fight and then reconcile, where each argument they've had could have reasonably been a deal breaker, it might reflect their mutual desperation for marriage, but it's also related to their personality types. Both Edmond and KB have SE, extroverted sensing, as their third function, the child. SE is a forward-moving function. It prioritizes being in the moment, the here and now, and it tends not to reflect backwards. With SE as their child function, it also means that both their blind spot function is SI, introverted sensing. SI is the function that does reflect heavily on past experiences to make judgments. So types with SI blind spot, relative to everyone else, would really be able to forgive and forget, as long as their NI, introverted intuition, can see genuine remorse in the moment.
I definitely noticed the reasons why you can be done with me, and I just want to just make up for it.
You did just give me hope with the apology and the flowers. I do fully appreciate you actually being accountable.
Overall, I feel sadly that Edmond has some self-sabotaging behavior, and he's got a lot of healing to do still, hopefully with the help of therapy. Perhaps Edmond has also learned a thing or two from his mom, despite her relative absence in his childhood. They both seem to be able to make everything about themselves.
If they're not worth me meeting, quit bringing them home to me. Unless they're meeting mama material, don't bring them home to me.
They both also tend to play victim in order to deflect blame, deny their contribution towards conflict.
Don't go rat me out on my son.
Everything don't gotta go back to him.
Exactly. Thank you. And you are the first one out of the four that I have, daughter-in-laws out of the four. You are the first one to actually speak up and say, exactly, I ain't gotta go run and tell Edmond everything.
And they also both deal with their own insecurities and deficiencies by putting out a different reality, one that makes them feel better.
But then I raised a good son too. You know that's a lot of work I put into y'all. I can't just go letting just anybody have y'all because they say, hey,
And they think that the more they say their version of reality, the more they might convince themselves and others.
I was expecting her to say, I do. Just giving your all to someone, treating them the best. I'm just so hurt.
In the end, KB can't say yes to Edmond because he did not fulfill her bottom line requirement to be her rock in a crisis.
But I just need to know that when there's times where I just need to let my guard down, that you're gonna be able to handle it.
Oh, I know I'll be able to handle it, and I'm like ready for it.
Instead, KB's constantly having to be Edmond's rock. Like at the altar, even when it was gut-wrenching for her to say no, she ended up having to once again swallow her feelings in order to soothe Edmond.
I'm okay, but
That's
not
what
okay.
a strong person looks like, though. I'm sorry that I'm the reason that you're not okay. I'm sorry.
Overall, I felt very uneasy watching Edmond on this season. I can't help but feel that he's too emotionally fragile and completely unequipped to endure this process.
So sad she didn't come. I really want her to be here.
To me, Edmond was like a lost, untrained puppy, constantly seeking out a mother figure.
Don't let that steal your joy for this day, because the people that you need here are here. I appreciate you, baby. I appreciate you.
And I can't help but feel that the show may have exploited Edmond's trauma in the name of entertainment.
You're still lonely out here in the world.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope it was helpful and interesting. If so, please like, subscribe, and share to support this channel. I've developed my own methods of assessing and interpreting personality types. If you would like us to analyze your personality type and make sense of your relationships, communication, and decision making, then please find booking details in the description box below.